a larger pressure. When it's just static, it it doesn't.
Well,
It,
hydrostatic pressure by definition is the height of a column of fluid, or sorry, the weight of the height of a column of fluid at rest. So it's based on height. But if you start talking about pumping, then you're kind of getting a bit into hydraulic pressure, and then the size of your pipe does matter because you got that idea of pounds per square inch.
Right, we're live now, guys, I think.
yeah, no more talking about sizes of pipes matter.
Yeah. Right, yeah. So, I'm all over the place, but yeah. Right, give me a chance. I'll set my camera up. I'm sat here with a water level in my hand.
It definitely says you're alive now.
Yeah. I had to go onto YouTube to get it working. But that's put me back. But we can go back over that video again, right? Once I've got this, and we can sort Rakia out with the water level.
No, I'm good. I just didn't like when they were adding a third and fourth loop to the pipe. It's hard to, I just like having a box like they had with one pipe coming out of it, or a hose, or not even a box, just a hose, and you hold it up to the level you want.
Yeah.
Going over that video again is good. I didn't think the video was very thorough, but I mean, I can't blame them. They're out there doing it,
Right. See the water level, right? You had a problem that if you lift one, that the other one, right? So it's the water level that equalizes, right? Not
That's what I was trying to explain earlier, Rakia. It's like you're just sliding the pipe over the water itself in a way. I don't know how to.
I get your point. Yeah, I get your point.
Yeah, I think one of the things that needs to be discussed, especially with somebody, if we can ever get a baller, is how this works, right? Like, so that water level, right there, it's working on the uniformity of pressure between the two spots, right? It has nothing to do with gravity. So when that thing works, you can't start applying gravity to it to make a curve. You have to apply a uniform pressure in the tube.
Yeah, it's just acting straight down, perpendicular to the water level, all the way along. I mean, this is a horizontal, so that that's your vertical. These
then that has to make a 90.
Intersect at 90 degrees. I mean, as defined by Euclidean geometry.
Yeah, look, I'm no surveyor, right? I build things, right? I'm just kind of if your plumb is not 90, you got to redo it, okay? So how they can turn a 90 into a 90 into a 90 with curves under you? How do you have a 90 curve under you? That is, you cannot do that. It can't. It will only go out to your left and right. It will never come underneath you. Because it's a 90.
Well, they say that every plumb, as soon as you move off that one exact spot, it's a new plumb. That's why.
It's fine. Make another 90. Right? But it's got to be along that first 90.
But they're gonna say it's off from your first plumb.
Yeah, well.
That's what they're saying. Like, even if...
They're saying
local plumb.
So every time you move, you set another plumb, and those two plumb lines that are parallel to the local are not to each other. That's what they're saying. If you measure the top and bottom of two plumb lines that are far enough away, you're going to get two different distances.
But well, can you connect them? Like, if I took a plumb line and did a foot apart, and then 2 feet, then 3 feet, right? Like, they can't say that two plumb lines 3 feet apart are not perfect 90s to each other. Like, they're just getting into ridiculous.
Well, they are. They're saying that it's like an unmeasurable, for all intents purposes, they're 90 to each other, but there's a non-measurable difference between them from top to bottom, like Rakia was saying. They're not parallel
100 miles,
to each other.
you would have from A to Z, that's over 100 miles, you would have 6,660 foot of drop, and those parallel lines would be so many degrees off of each other.
Right.
The bottom would be one measurement and the top would be larger.
Or they also make this argument that if you drop a plumb bob down an elevator shaft, that it's going to hang to one side or the other or whatever it is, type idea.
Yeah, so they say plumbs aren't even a straight line. That's what I'm saying. They have no
You see
straight
that
line.
there, Dave? Oh, sorry, Dave. Gods or whatever.
Pardon me?
This is what you had before, right? You've got to... These are your right angles. Now, if you take these straight lines, you'll end up with right angles. But you take their ridiculous curve that they have, that goes like that, right? You can then take... You can take this angle here. That's a right angle, right? This one... I mean, you go all the way from the side because it's an angle. Right, all of these here are right angles, right? And every one of those right angles, they're all equal. But they have this... I put this curve in here. So they want to get rid of... They want to get rid of this line. And have this curve line, right? So they want to put the vertical in, but keep this as a curved line. So that would make... If you bring that down, that would make that right angle there and that right angle there, here to here, smaller than this one, wouldn't it? Because of the curve. The right angles just don't work. This is the only way the Euclidean geometry and the right angles actually work. Is with these straight lines. If you put this curved line in, then this perpendicular doesn't work as with right angles. Is that a bit too much for everyone? Basically, lose the curve. No such thing as this. Ridiculous.
Yeah, they only
Okay.
see that visually. That's never measured. Whenever you use measurement tools like this, you get the horizontal without the dip. The only time you see the dip is when you go back over visually and you get the visual effect.
Right, we'll go back over the water level test, or that Chetwynd one, because for anybody that wasn't here before, we just did this, but thought we were live. We obviously weren't. Right, so somebody put an MLO in the live stream text. Oh, I didn't. Where was that link? Because I'm probably going to need that link again.
Get it for you here. Give me a sec. Gotta go into my history.
Here it is. Oh, it's alright, I've got it.
You found it?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's close down the Discord. Right, there we go. Oh. Close the mute. Right. Here we go. Back it up a bit. This is a video we got given because it was meant to be similar to a test that we're going to perform. This is shorter. It's over 1 kilometre, and they're very, very limited to. Oh, I'm gonna have to go over the chat as well, aren't I? Very limited to what the information that you've got. This was the first and so far only test that these people have carried out which has since been upgraded with a bit more stuff, right? And then please, right, so it says, please note this video was posted to demonstrate the test method. Although everyone there could see the alignment of the horizontal markers and the raised height of the center water level through the scope, the camera we used failed to record the image. But the scope is, I think, is just the theodolite. On the second run, the rifle scope will be fixed directly to the first water level stand, and the theodolite has a new telescopic stand which will be placed close to the middle water level stand. The theodolite will then be used as a theodolite and not just as a scope. See, it says just as a scope. Is that like what it's being used at the minute, is just as a scope? That's what I'd have to say. And will hopefully be accurate enough to measure the angle from the center water level to the end water levels. Hard to explain without diagrams, but think of the theodolite looking directly straight ahead in both directions. It's much like resting a straight edge on a ball. The theodolite will need to be tilted down to match the water level at the end water levels. That's I think I've heard people say that before, so I mean that's fine if that's what people think. Had the pipe run been twice as long, 2,000 meters, which is ours, is going to hopefully be 1,609 meters, I think is the mile, but we're going to hopefully be able to make a 2-mile run as well, so double up on that, 3,200-ish. The water level difference in the center would have been 4 times greater, and much easier to see. Figures calculated using an online chord calculator suggest about 78 millimeters at 2,000 meters. Now, we have our test, and our test has specifically been set up to check the center height, which he says there at 2,000 meters should be 78 millimeters, but we're going to be aiming for, with the center check on our one, we're going to be able to check at 1,600 meters, and I'm presuming if we extend it to make it 2 miles, we could also measure it against the canal and put the center mark up, so we could check that center mark at 3,200 meters, which should be more than that. It's looking like it's going to be longer than the distance of the end tube of the water level that you've just seen, if it's not horizontal. So this is the test. They've got a theodolite set up to the left of you, man, and it presumably is being used as a scope, but as they've said, these markers, they call them horizontal. Now, is horizontal just a crossways like that, or have they all been set at the same horizontal with the theodolite? There doesn't seem to be any marking sticks or measuring rods or anything as to know how they have set these. But I mean, that's impressive if they've looked and leveled these up at a kilometre with a theodolite like that on this. But all we can take them for there is the words of what they've wrote in the thing, and they have wrote that all these markers are horizontal, and the water level is a big tube, and it's horizontal. It's marked at the same height at this beginning bit. The theodolite, I don't know what I don't know what its job is at the moment, but you'll see. He-Man gets in there. Yeah, there's the scope of the theodolite, and we're off. Down to here. Oh. Right, so the measuring. Pretty bad camera work there. Oh, no. Don't know what it's doing down there, up there. There. Took a while for it to get that shot there. There. Measured height above this, what they call a horizontal. They're saying it's been set horizontal, and this water level is above that. They graded in possibly 18, maybe 19 millimeters for whatever this black liquid is, but it's above this mark that they are saying is horizontal. This is the center mark. Did we get that? There was a 500 meter mark, I think. Where was that? There. Pull there. 500 meters. Center mark, and it is above the so-called horizontal marker. And then we shoot down to the end. We don't get much of a measurement or anything. He just pulls up in his car van. And there. I mean, it's the same height, I think. We don't think we get much of a better view of it. It looks a bit high to me, but given the benefit of the doubt, he did say the horizontal. It is actually higher, but I mean, they've said they set it as horizontal. So if they have set it as horizontal, then they've got it at the beginning there. Oh, maybe that was a bit too much there. So they've set it up with the theodolite, and they've marked all of these things horizontal with the theodolite. And you get to the middle, there's a raise of the water level has risen quite a lot, and you get to the very end and it looks like it's also risen. There, look, definitely risen, right? Everyone okay with that? We've got a oh, is that off the screen?
Yeah, it's showing on YouTube, so I've had to watch it on YouTube, so we're a bit behind.
Right, but that mark, it looks like my my vid screen is off a bit. Let me get that back over there. It's there, see? There. That mark there is above. Sorry for that. I wasn't aware that my screen was just a little bit off. So we've got a rise in the center and a rise at the far end. There. So this test by Adrian Chetwynd, done a good 3 years ago. It's been given to us a couple of times quite recently. I'm presuming it's because they somebody's googled water level test or something. Pretty similar to our test a bit, but we've got some extra checks to make sure this is a rise above. But I don't know. I think the big takeaway from this is that once you set the horizontal marks of these things and then you put a water level tool, actual water level tool on it, then there is no drop ever. The water only rises from the horizontal according to this particular test. Doesn't rise as much at the far end, but at the centre it definitely, you end up with a hump of water. I don't know, I'm quite excited about our test now. It's obviously needed to be done. This seems like a valid test. Oh, sorry, I didn't put it back on the stream for you lot, did I? Oh, terrible of me. Does everybody leave? Oh, where's Cleary gone?
I have no idea. I think he was driving, he said, so
Oh, okay.
he probably dropped out.
Yeah. I don't know, that test is to me that's amazing that somebody would try and do that. It's quite a lot of a raise of water, that, for over 1 kilometre. Anybody else got anything to say? Again?
No, I think they can't. They didn't want to repeat it after the first time.
Yeah, cats got their tongues now.
Baby sleeping, I can't talk.
Oh, okay, no worries.
That is yeah, the big takeaway from that is that we are there's no drop in that video. Do you think anybody noticed that if that's a presumed horizontal across the things that has been checked by that theodolite, then all of the water is either on that horizontal mark or above it?
Maybe it's concave.
Well, I would definitely say, I'm not so sure how many of the Globe Believers would accept a rise from the horizontal. Always. No drop.
Am I roboting?
No, you sound good.
Okay, I don't know how much life I have left on my battery here. Yeah, I'd like to see that piece of land that they were on when they did their little water level test. I could pull that up on Google Earth and see what shape it was. Was it a road? Is it documented where it was?
Oh, no. No, it's far
Okay.
too vague.
Yeah, too vague. It's not good. Yeah. That's a good example of, I don't know, they said it was just kind of a check, maybe.
Well, they said that
Big
was the
difference.
first one. They were obviously trying to do a bigger one. But I mean, that was only 1 kilometre. They said they were going to do 2. If they had have done 2, then they would have beat us when we
It
eventually
sounds like
do.
some people I know, you know? The water level in the center rose, but our camera didn't record it. It's like, what?
No,
Oh, now
it showed
you gotta,
it.
like, okay.
They show you actually see them. They do drive down the road and look at a different level according to the marker at the side of them. I take it you're not on your PC or anything at the minute because you would.
No, I'm in my truck.
Yeah.
To be fair, I haven't got the markers or anything either, really.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
they don't show any of that process. I'm not saying that they're lying or anything like that. I'm just saying we don't see the process. We don't know anything about it.
yeah,
how they set things
it's
up.
very fact shy or method shy. There's
Mhm.
no setup and preliminary build up to it. It's like it's already set up, and you don't really see much else other than that. Nothing's explained other than the chat at the in the description.
Yeah, when you establish your horizontal single line, when you survey, that will be good. Then the water level can be a secondary check, and then I don't know, P1000 is different, other observations, and the canal that's already horizontal. So yeah, it'll be totally different being next to the canal because a roadway around here that I think's flat, when I take Google Earth and lay a line down, pull the elevation, man, they bounce up and down the whole way.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get. And then the other people, nameless people, looking down hills and looking down slopes that go, that dip in the middle,
You mean
Very-
Jeff?
I'm not familiar with that individual.
Okay. He pretends. He pretends to be a professional somewhere. Welcome to come on, Jeff, anytime you want, and explain this method. I would like to have a go. Are you going live later, Cleary? We are live now, but yeah,
There's
you.
lots of different people that could come on, right? Like
Yeah.
Crookshank and the main surveyor and whoever else.
Yeah.
Looks us all the same person.
Well, are you going to go live later on? Because I've thought of
Yeah,
another.
definitely.
The next step for the surveying thing.
Yeah.
The surveying test. Now we've already gone and done the straight line bit. With the next step is to link that to the water, I think. So
Yeah, I'll be good to go in about an hour, maybe an hour and a half tops. That'd be about 10 p.m. UK out there in YouTube land. Make sure you tune in.
okay, we'll start the think tank up then, and we'll work on to that. That's something to look forward to for later.
Awesome.
I'll just tweet this out to the people on Twitter. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
look
keen
like
for them to know or to tell us what they're actually doing at the minute. With the surveyors that we have, that they have, let's say. What they think of this particular method, because this has been given to us as an example of somebody setting up a test. Now, have you had a look at this one yet, Cleary, that we've just been over?
Somebody's had a test like that where the little kid and his dad ride all the way down the road. Is that the same one?
Yeah. Yeah, he just
Okay,
drives
yeah.
down in a little white van. Did-
Yeah, I think I watched that. And I commented on that too, didn't I? Crap video. Yeah.
Well, did you take it for what it was? Because I mean, may have looked at it before, never really tried to take it in as to what was, what was exactly going on. It seems to me like the way they set it up and the way they talk about it, they've got a horizontal line laid out with targets and markers, and then they've put a water level next to it, and it's higher. The water level never drops below the horizontal that they've let out.
Yeah, if it's the one I'm thinking about, which I'm pretty sure it is, it was very sloppy. And at the end, it was just a kid looking at the camera, and click, it was over. It was like, I don't know, it leaves you where you can surmise your own conclusion, not based on anything they did, but either on a presupposition or a wild guess. It's hard to tell what they tried to accomplish.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's no drop in that test anyway, and that's been given to us by the Globe Defenders as a I don't know. I think it's a proof of. Well, I mean, it's called "The Earth is not flat. Level water is curved."
Yeah, I think in this arena you've got two types of people. Dare I say scientists, people who are making observations and trying to come to some type of a conclusion, and then you have the Globe Defenders, which they're not interested in seeking anything other than what they've been taught by the television or by their professors. They're not going anywhere. They're in a stationary position while we are moving forward, to find the empirical truth, if that's even possible.
Yeah, I'm sending some invites out, see whether we can entice some people in. I'm very, very doubt it, because surveyors don't like talking to us.
I would like to get some answers about the. Am I roboting?
No, you're good.
Okay. I would like to get some answers about the tilt. I'd like to get some answers about the reciprocal leveling. I would like to get some answers about what they're trying to infer with that method. If these are real surveyors, they've got a lot of questions to answer. And are they scared to come in here and talk? Apparently. Why are you so scared of us? Aren't you the professional surveyor? Don't you have something to teach us? Right?
Yeah, well, I mean, they should. They should be able to say, hey, that water level test that you've designed there, I can see some problems with it, or, yes, that looks good. I mean, if this one's good, then our test just builds upon this, and then adds an extra element of the actual auto level / theodolite check at the same time as the water level.
Yeah, don't just sit back and watch the observation be made. If you see that something needs to be done, you need to speak up now, right? And you can also participate in that process, rather than just sit back and then complain later
that something was done wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, if you've got any idea on what we were meant to be doing, or how it would be checked. Like I say, I gave whatever an idea earlier as to how they would come up with a method for checking the curvature or the drop, of the water level from the horizontal, and how they would design a test to find out whether their horizontal met at different angles. Because surely if that's what they have within their model is a series of tiny point horizontals, let's say, that go all the way around. I mean, there must be a method or a way of checking that.
Yeah, and I hold no ill will towards anyone out there. You know, we live and learn. People make mistakes, you know. No problem. We have no problem with anybody. We just want to talk to you. You know, we're not going to rip you to shreds because you're the professional surveyor. But, you know, we just want to talk to you and move this thing forward.
Oh, well, I'd like to talk and get advice. I mean, if there's any professional surveyors that could help us with the test. I mean, I personally don't think it needs any help. I think it's a fully fledged, complete test as it is right now.
Bev?
Yes, Bry.
This water level you're doing, what diameter is the pipe going to be? Internal diameter?
I don't know. I'm guessing. It could be. What's normal hose pipe? I would say about
15 mil, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, the test pipe I've got for 100 meter, is 8 mil internal, 10 mil external.
I don't know if you'll get the flow you need, but I've just done a quick calculation on 3,200 meters of that pipe, and it comes to over. Hold on. Where's it gone? 563 litres.
Yeah.
How are you intending on getting 563 litres into a pipe?
Just pump it.
Have you got a pump?
Yeah, we'll get a pump. That'll be no problem. We're right at the side of a canal, Bry. We just put a filter on a pump the water through. It should be no problem whatsoever.
And you're gonna have 2 of those, yeah?
2 pumps,
you're gonna have 3 sets of pipes, which are gonna double the run, yeah?
Yeah, we will have 2 half-mile pipes to start off with on the first test to check the centre, and then a mile.
Right, so that's over 1,000 litres, and it's coming in at 563 kilos. So over a ton of water you're going to have to pump.
Yeah, we'll be fine. All we've got to do is put the pump on one end and wait until it comes out of the other end.
Don't hold your breath.
Yeah, there's a lot of water in the canal. We'll be fine.
I was just thinking time, mate, that's all. It's something you need to allow for.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Pumping a ton of water is going to take a bit of time.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's not going to be that much head on the water because there's, like I say, it'll be on the towpath at the side. It may be like 18 inches above the canal water.
Brian, you got to get out there and help, man. You got to pump some water, okay?
I've got 2 what they call dirty water pumps, which we use for aqua blasting the engine blocks and stuff. So if you do get stumped, give us a shout.
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go this weekend. I'll have a word with Cleary about it later. With my 100 metre one. And that's 8 mil pipe. There's only about 5 or 6 pints, I think, in that 100 metre pipe. So I'm going to fill that up with water before we go. and just cap it off, and then we can roll it out with the water in the pipe and have a ready roll, and then put the caps on them and just fill it up to sort that. But I mean that's 100 meter 8 mil.
Sorry, I'm still working right now.
It's all right.
Trying to participate.
yeah, you're all right.
All these guys in here are talking all day long, and you go live and everybody gets quiet, man. I don't get it. What's going on out there, y'all?
Everybody left.
How long's the 8 mil pipe?
It's 100 mil. 100 meters. Yeah, 100 meters by 8 mil.
5 1/4 litres.
Yeah, it's not much, is it? With that one.
I'll be back in a few.
Yeah.
No, piece of piss that. It's only a gallon, just over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like 16 of them would be over the mile. So, I mean, that's not an awful lot either, is it? But, I mean, that is only 8 mil. That's pretty narrow. I mean, that probably would be enough for the water level, but I would imagine it's a bit, it's not a substantial hose, is it? Would it?
Right. And in the vial, are you going to have a little floating bead, or you're going to colour the water, or what?
Yeah, we just dab a bit of food colouring into it.
Not in 550 odd litres, you won't, will you?
No, you just pop it in at the end, don't you? You only need the measurement bit to see the different colours in the in the end. When you have the middle, you've got the full mile one with the middle marker there, and then you've got the two other half mile ones that are just used as a reference.
Right.
For the let me see if we can get that up. I get the water level here. That was one of them. Oh, I think I put it on the that one. There's the other one. The actual one. We hope to replicate that one. Look at that, when it was 535. It's come down a small bit. That must have been old school. Must have been. How many years ago was that, Emma? Was it 535? Must have been.
How many years ago was what?
£535.7. It seemed to come down quite fast at the beginning, but now it's steadied off, I've heard.
Yeah, it's stopped. Should be down to 0 in about 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So, water level. Was there something else we wanted to go over? There's so many things we've been ready to go over. Slice Barcane, I know he's very active again on Twitter. And Sly, we've been doing water level. Well, we've done the straight line test with our auto levels, which you could have a go at doing as well if you want. If you want to join in with this measuring the drop of the water level, come and join us with the old method. But with your 100 meter water level, 16 different ones I'm going to be testing them this weekend. Now we're going to go over it later with Cleary when we get that, and we know you're not a surveyor, Sly. We know that. This is just you're just as green as everybody else is. That when we come to do this. Also, John Rawlinson, Sly's mate, has bought an auto level, so there's a lot of interest at the minute on the Globe Believers side. I'm thinking because Jesse has inspired them, since Jesse said that there is definitely a drop of the water level from horizontal. That's why they're all going out now buying auto levels, very cheap bit of kit, £100, very accurate auto level. And last Saturday, or Saturday just gone, we did a straight line test to check for the horizontal line established by an auto level is indeed horizontal, and that horizontal is in fact a straight line. It checked out. It is. The horizontal line established by an auto level is indeed straight. And also shared by the traverse of the level establishes the points that make it and keep it level, horizontal, straight. So yeah, this weekend coming, we're going to add in the element of a 100 meter water level. That is Slice Barkane's bending water level test. So we're gonna do the straight line bit, and then I think we'll link the straight line test to the 100 meter water level, and we will indeed check that the auto level over 100 meters that we have now established is a straight horizontal matches up with a 100 meter water level to find if that is a horizontal that matches the horizontal of the auto level.
Hey, Bev, did you get some photos out there at the observatory yesterday? I know you said you had them. I didn't see them yet, I don't think.
Yeah, well, I don't know where the camera is at the minute. I think the lad might have gone and took the camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there wasn't much to see, to be honest. It was there was a lot of trees, but yeah, I'll see if I can find them for you later.
Okay.
Pop through. I mean, I've not had a look at any of them yet.
Yeah, it looked like you could see kind of far when you guys were walking around up there.
Yeah, you could see Wales, and you can see it into Liverpool and across to Liverpool. But yeah, just not enough. There's too many trees.
Okay.
Big lad, he had the Discord on live, didn't he? So I think he'd have had any of the good pictures. Young lad had the P1000, like I say, and he took a few shots.
Yeah, I bet it looks cool.
Well, I'll see if I can find them, because we went out earlier today to hopefully take some pictures at Southport, but the weather wasn't really helpful.
Oh, really?
No. I did get a couple of balls though, so I might be able to help you with that spherical geometry triangle.
Oh yeah, cool.
And I'm going to have a go at the b-ball one. You know, the one that you must have seen it, where there's a camera looking at a basketball, and it pretends to zoom in and go into the macro function, and it makes a straight, flat, horizontal bit on the ball because he could.
Really? I don't know if I've seen that one.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of b-ball. Is that not a comedy channel? Because I laugh every time I watch
No,
the
no,
video.
okay.
Okay.
It's not b-ball, the joke comedy channel, like you say. It's a basketball that's been zoomed in on.
Yeah.
To make the surface look flat, supposedly. But I think there's a little bit of a magic trick in there. And it's took me a while to buy my own basketball, so I can cut it up into bits, because that's what I think is needed to do this thing. But we'll see. A few little tests coming up anyway.
Yeah, it'll be good. I think everybody's anticipating it for sure.
Well, there's a like I say, the ballers, the globe model believers are also buying these auto levels. So if they're buying them, they must be interested in it. And if they're interested in it enough to buy a piece of equipment, they must
that's
be
unusual, actually, because they really never did much else. Like, they go and take one photograph and then parade it around for like 2 years straight. But nobody's really ever done any, observations or tests before now. That's a good thing.
Well, I've already been sent the pictures. I've been sent they've took a picture and then just put it on a meme and made it like Miles Davis sort of style, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They're doing that, but they're just adding in the element of an auto level now.
Yeah, adding in the crosshairs that could be shooting up in the sky or aiming down at the ground. Who knows what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, we're not getting any now. Is anybody on the YouTube? Anybody seeing if they're... I've not been to have a look. Let's have a look, see if anybody commenting.
Yeah. Miles Davis, man, after his little bridge and mountain thing, I was always like, man, this guy, he can't be serious, about that observation where the bridge appears taller than the mountain that's way off in the distance. What the heck? Why wouldn't it?
Yeah. I was just looking in the chat on the YouTube. Shills, shout out. He says Sly is Jesse Kozlowski's brother. Have you ever heard of that one before?
Who said that?
Shills.
No. Shills? Oh, Shills.
Sly is Jesse Kozlowski's brother. Kozlowski are of German and Polish descent. Well, Sly is over in Germany.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Shills told me I was a woman one time too. So I don't.
Oh, that make me suspicious of you now.
Hey, if you believe what he says, maybe so. I'm just messing with you, Shills, man. You're all right.
We'll have to keep an eye on that. I mean, hopefully, either of them, Sly or Jesse, I mean, they both seem to not want to talk about this, so...
Why would they want to talk about anything? They know... I don't know what they're all about, defending the globe. They know it's untenable. There's nothing that they can do except lie.
Well, Sly's got his bending water level test. He was the first one actually to buy an auto level. So I presumed he was going to use his auto level like we were to establish a horizontal line to watch the drop, but it doesn't seem to be what he's doing.
No.
He's just looking at mountains in the distance with it. Which isn't...
He's getting some bad advice from somebody.
Yeah.
Give me 60 seconds. I'll be right back.
Yeah. If Sly is Chills, if Sly is Jesse Kozlowski's brother, then surely he should have been given some surveying expertise or knowledge and be told by his brother that they should use the auto level for establishing a horizontal and not be looking at mountains in the distance. Especially seeing as he has the 16. I mean, he says he's got the equipment for his water levels. Right, Sly? If you're listening, Sly. I don't think he is, though. He's after Flatside. Flatsoid. Have you upset Sly on Twitter? He has.
Yeah, I don't know. Did I tell you that I enrolled in a survey program where I can become a certified surveyor? So then we'll be able to answer, a lot of these questions pretty soon.
You'll be able to answer the questions. You'll be the expert, right?
Yep, that's
Just
right.
imagine that, right? If you were to get your surveying qualification and then show it, then me and you would have both been able to show our surveying qualifications that we have. And I don't think I've ever seen anybody else with any surveying qualifications, to be honest.
I'll have to videotape myself receiving the qualification in the mail as I open the letter or whatever. Yeah, I'll document a lot of stuff. I'll document a lot of my training and my certification, so there'll be no question as to what I know. But, just wanted to let you guys know out there. That's the situation. Get ready for it.
Yeah, these are practical skills that can be learned and put to practical use, right? I mean, that's what this surveying is. It's not theoretical. I don't think there's any theoretical surveying, is there? I think it's all practical. I mean, I suppose that there may be some people who write books about theoretical.
Yeah, when you take a measurement with your horizontal instruments, you're definitely measuring.
Yeah, it's practical, right? It's not theoretical.
Right.
It's not imagined
is,
or anything.
Something else.
Yeah.
Something else they call geodesy. Right?
The hypothetical part of anything, if anything is ever presupposed or presumed to be anything or assumed, then I would call that theoretical. But if it's measured, practically repeated, then I would have to call that practical, surely.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess there's different practices going on in the modern world. You have your horizontal instruments, your auto level to measure, and then there's some established benchmarks that you can locate with a GPS, and then there's other metrics that they throw in on top of that, for various reasons. I don't know if you want to get into all that or not, but as far as a surveyor, though, a real surveyor, not like just some guy who goes out establishes a benchmark based on GPS and then walks away, while real surveyors come out there and map out the terrain around that benchmark to determine, which direction they need to install the drain pipes, what the elevation, what the grade's going to be, all that specific measurement, that's a different thing. But just like a guy who goes out and just sets a benchmark based on, GPS coordinates, that's not a measurement there.
No.
Not with an instrument.
Yeah, they're not. They're battling with Flatsoid on Twitter at the minute.
Yeah, Flatsoid, he's a tough guy, man.
Talking angles and perspective. I think Sly's into it because Sly's a qualified as a commercial artist, but now he's just he's just an IT guy. So he's done perspective, does he call it perspective geometry? But it's perspective.
Yeah, perspective drawings.
Yeah. So that's what
it's all about. Perspective.
I majored in art, so I also studied perspective.
Yeah.
Is that Flatsoid?
Yeah.
Okay. He's on Nathan's show quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been away for a bit. Good to have him back.
Yeah, that's cool.
Enjoy it.
There's a lot of
enjoy it on Yather. Nice and calm.
Yeah, it's like Twitter, right? Twitter's they've been jumping on you all today, right? Yeah, I don't know whether they perceive that you've said something wrong, and you have, or whether you just knew.
No, it's because their whole argument contradicts itself, and they can't handle it.
They're having a breakdown. Like what? So
what are you talking about over there, Flatsoid? I need to figure out where you guys are at on Twitter. I want to get involved in that. Sounds like you have something going on out there.
It's well, the trolls don't want to come and talk to us because they're obviously scared. Of being exposed. I mean, I think that's what it is really. They're scared to be to look bad in the eyes of their friends because they don't know something that is very, very simple. Which is what we do here. We just simple geometry and simple reality. They're scared of it. But on Twitter, because the way it's structured, they never actually have to answer you. So you can ask them a question and they'll just ignore it forever, and they'll get one of the friends to come. It's structured so the ballers can just sort of jump on you and obfuscate and do all of that.
Yeah, I just WS yesterday was talking to me over Ranty's chat, and I was, he's telling me I'm an idiot and a loser, and I don't answer his questions. I'm like, man, I just live streamed for 6 hours straight. Why didn't you come in there and talk to me? WS, if you're out there, man, come in and talk to us. Ask us your questions. Tell us what's going on, okay? I'm sure he's watching.
And well, I'd like to talk to WS as well. Euclidean geometry, I'd love to talk to you. It sounds like WS knows quite a lot about it. So I'd love to have a discussion, WS, if you want to come. Have a chat about...
Yeah, we'll be nice to you. We'll be nice to you, WS. Don't be scared.
Yeah, we're always nice here. We don't shout at anybody or anything, really. We just try and help everybody understand more. I mean, if you think you've got something that you may want to teach us or tell us and think that we've got wrong in any way, especially to do with the surveying and the water level test and the horizontal and level and geometry that backs that up. Yeah, come and chat.
What was he? Yeah, what was he saying? How much Earth curvature do you expect in 100 meters above? Like on a globe or whatever. I was like, what globe?
On 100 meters.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
I'm like, what?
I've got a water level, a 100-meter pipe here, so I can do that water level. Like I predict, it would be horizontal.
Yeah, he wanted me to tell him how much curvature he should expect on his theoretical globe model in 100 meters. I was like, why would I? If you don't know your own model, you know, then what the hell what do you believe in if you don't even know what you believe in?
He's asking you for his... Is he not just asking you to check his maths or anything?
No, I said, give me a figure, 100 meters on your globe model. I said, like, first, where is this globe model that you talk about? You know, I haven't seen it. I've seen some toy globes at the store, but I haven't ever seen the globe model. They say that it works. You know, they say it works. I don't know. What does it work with rivers and tides and sun and stars and moon? You know, I don't know.
Switching Twitter on because it seems like Flatsoid, they seem to think that you think parallel lines cross. John says, do you think parallel lines cross, Bev? Your buddy Flatsoid does, it seems. So I'm going to send him Fight the Flat Earth, because he's the only person I have actually heard say that parallel lines cross.
Isn't that the definition of a parallel line? They don't cross?
In Euclid, yes. Yeah. Definition 35. I'll get you that in a minute.
So I don't understand why they would say that.
Because Fight the Flat Earth has said it, and now they've got to try and ridicule everybody else and get everybody else to say that it happens also, because they've got one of their, I don't know, what do you call him? Fight the Flat Earth.
The Messiah.
One of their most vocal high priests, or at least that's what he considers himself.
So they've got to like pretend like people like Flatsoid are also saying that now.
Well, I don't know. No, he's trying to say that Flatsoid say it, but what they do is they interpret somebody saying that because perspective lines go to one point, that then past that point they must cross.
Yeah, that's just optical convergence illusion of perspective.
Well, like I say, Fight the Flat Earth is the only one I've heard say it. I'm gonna just play it.
Assuming that we are on a globe, so you don't have to assume anything, but listen to the point. Assuming that we are on a globe, all right? Answer me this one question. Try thinking. Is non-Euclidean geometry a thing? Yes or no?
Is it a thing?
Yes. Does it exist? Is it a branch of mathematics?
It is a branch of mathematics, yes.
Well, then level can be curved.
Does it exist?
The straight line can be curved. Yes.
What does that mean? In a mathematical sense, yeah, I guess it can exist.
Well, there we go then. In a mathematical sense, a straight line can be curved. End of discussion.
No.
Right, what you're doing is basically just trying to say, I am not allowed to calculate things on a sphere. But to do that, to do that, we have to use non-Euclidean geometry. And that includes taking the fifth postulate and throwing it out the fucking window, because it doesn't stand true when you're trying to calculate 3D things. Yes, within 2D geometry. Within 2D geometry, the fifth postulate absolutely stands true. But it doesn't stand true when you are trying to do anything outside of 2 dimensions. So if you want to calculate something on sphere, you need to take that fifth postulate and throw it out the window and replace it with things like parallel lines can intersect, 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 the internal angle.
Oh, gone quiet. Why's it gone quiet?
He's on YouTube, I think, playing. I'm not sure.
Oh,
no,
sorry, Al. I went mute, didn't I? I thought, how long was I mute for then?
Quite a while.
I'm talking to the main. I did go and put Fight the Flat Earth. We showed that clip of Fight the Flat Earth saying that parallel lines can intersect in his geometry once he throws the fifth postulate out of the window, as he says.
Okay, maybe they can hear you on YouTube. I wasn't sure, but
yeah, they're keen on the Twitter tonight. Sly, John, and Flatsoid.
Poor Flatsoid. What have you let him in for?
Yeah, he's got his work cut out. He's a busy man.
Just so you know, Ranty's going live.
Yeah.
Talking about Globe something.
Has he gone live?
Globe video?
Yeah, it's just going live now. He's going over a video or something.
Okay. We might
Globe videos, I think. I don't know what that is.
We'll cut this short then now. Well, cut it short. We'll end this now and then come back with you later on, Cleary, when you're ready, right?
Okay. Yep.
Well, before you do, sort out the wrenches.
The wrenches on the Twitter.
No, on the YouTube.
On YouTube, right? How do I do that? Go on, give us a.
I've got a wrench. I'll ban everybody.
You click on whoever's name.
Who do we need then?
Emma and
Emma's already got a wrench, right?
There.
No.
Have you not?
No.
I thought.
Just click and add moderator.
Yeah.
Don't forget, YouTube does weird things.
Yeah, they were all on there the other day. I did take one person off.
I think you gave me a wrench the other day so I could put a link up, but I don't remember anybody else having a wrench.
Yeah, Emma's had a wrench for quite a while. Clary's got a wrench. God, Scalper, you can have a wrench. There you go. Anybody else who wants a wrench? Right, we'll cut this short. I'll cut it short. We'll end this now and come back next time. Maybe see you later on Cleary's.
Yep. Thanks, Beb. Thanks, Emma.
Thank you. See you later.